I told you guys I'd be back. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Turn Up for Ethan, and today I want to talk about one of the more interesting things that has happened while I'm gone, and that's the NERF Hyper line. Also, before the video starts, only a small percentage of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed, so if you could please subscribe, it really helps me out. It's free, and you can always unsubscribe later. Also, I am going to be giving away a brand new NERF Elite Alpha Trooper to kind of celebrate me coming back, and all the details for that are going to be at the end of the video. Alright, so on to the topic of today's video, the NERF Hyper line. This line, guys, this line is ridiculous. I think it's one of the coolest things that I've seen in a while, and I kind of just want to talk about why I think it's going to be a huge game changer. Of course, this is all my opinion, but I think this line is really going to have a huge impact on NERF. So lately, in my opinion, what I've kind of been noticing is there's been a lack of innovation in NERF blasters, and I think that's really starting to show with companies like Dart Zone gaining market share, and a ton of aftermarket NERF products gaining popularity. I think NERF is kind of losing its place as the main supplier of foam flinging toys, I guess, because there just hasn't been much innovation. I mean, another one of the reasons why I stopped doing NERF for a while was I just wasn't seeing like blasters that I was really interested in. There was a lot of reshells. The only line I can really give credit to is the Rival line. They've been making really great blasters. I think the Percy's is one of my favorite blasters in a while, and that's why I think the NERF Hyper line is trying to build upon that, and it's definitely a step in the right direction. So I'm kind of just going to give some reasons why I think the NERF Hyper line is going to be a huge game changer in NERF. So I think the first thing that's very interesting about the NERF Hyper line is the new type of ammo. If you haven't seen it already, it's like a Rival Ball but a lot smaller. I don't know the exact dimensions yet because no one really has the new projectile in hand, but there was a picture on Reddit going around and it is a lot smaller. I'm gonna quote the Hasbro SVP here. I think he was mentioned in a Verge article. He said, "In the volume where you could previously house 25 Rival rounds, you can now fit 100 Hyper rounds." That's crazy. I think that really shows in the blasters that we gotta look at. For example, the pistol that they showed, it holds 40 rounds in a really small package, and then the SMG that they showed, it isn't too big, but it holds a whole 100 rounds, which is really cool. I think the Nemesis also holds 100 rounds, but it's like huge, and the Prometheus is a lot bigger as well, and those hold 100 and 200 rounds, but this blaster is just doing it in such a compact package. I think that's just so cool. And if this is successful, I think it's going to be really cool in the future. For example, the mags that used to hold only 18 rounds in such a huge package, I don't know, they might be obsolete in a few years. And I think it kind of gives leeway for a new type of ammo, maybe half-length darts. NERF will start officially making them. I know these kind of darts have gotten really popular in other kinds of blasters, and I think if NERF sees an opportunity here, they'll start making some smaller projectiles because you'll be able to fit a lot more ammo into a much smaller package. And as you guys saw, they had the reload canisters. I think that's really cool. It's just so easy for them to reload and they fit into such a small package. I think the only downside to this ammo is that it'll get lost a lot easier, but honestly, if you're getting a ton more ammo in such a small package, that's a sacrifice that I'd be willing to make. Alright, and I think the next huge thing that I want to talk about is price. The prices for these blasters are, I wouldn't say extremely cheap, but I would say reasonable. By the way, if you're wondering, I'm just looking at my computer over here. But first of all, there's the $30 NERF Hyper Rush 40. This is a pistol that holds 40 rounds for $30, which is really good. I think the NERF Infinus that came out a while ago, it was going for I think $50, maybe more, and that only held 30 rounds. So that kind of puts things into perspective. There's also the $40 Hyper Siege 50 that holds 50 rounds for $40. I think that's really good. I think the Titan, was it called? It came out a year ago or something, and that held 50 rounds for a pretty large price. And then finally, the flagship is the $70 Hyper Mac 100. 100 rounds for $70 It's still expensive, but it's nothing like the Nemesis, which was $100 for 100 rounds. It's definitely not as expensive as that. And yeah, I just think the prices are definitely a step in the right direction. I think it'll bring a lot more people into the hobby. I think when people buy a $30 blaster that holds 40 rounds, I think that's going to interest a lot of people who are just getting into the hobby. So I'm super excited about that. Alright, and lastly, I just wanted to throw out some extra things that are entirely my opinion, but I just wanted to throw it out there. First of all, I think the colors on these blasters are amazing. I really like them. I think the gray and the blue go really well together, and then the neon green highlights just make it look so cool. I think this is a really cool looking blaster, and the designs of the blasters are just really cool. I think they look really good. The design team definitely spent a lot of time on these things because they did a really good job. My favorite blaster is definitely the SMG. It looks really cool. It reminds me a lot of the Percy's, but it holds a lot more, and yeah, it looks super cool. I'm really excited to get my hands on it. And I really like that all the blasters are hopper fed. I loved the Nemesis. It was so easy to use, and I think the hopper fed is just so much cooler. It's super easy to just pick ammo off the ground and put it into your blaster. And of course, because they're hopper fed, that means they're going to be selling those reload canisters, very similar to the paintball. I think it's just super cool. They clip right onto your blaster, and when you need to reload, you just dump it right in. And I think the prices on those are pretty good as well. I think like an 100 round refill is going for $20. I think that's something around 15 cents per ammo, which is a lot better than maybe like buying Nerf Elite darts or something. Yeah, and I think it's just super cool just being able to clip on a reload canister to your blaster, and when you need to reload, you just dump it right in. So as you guys can tell, I'm a pretty big fan of these blasters. I think these things are really going to change the Nerf game. I think they're a huge step in the right direction for Nerf, and I think it's going to be a really popular line of blasters. That is, of course, on the assumption that they work well. If they get released and they have just a ton of problems with them, I don't know how good the success will be then. But if Hasbro stays true to all their claims about these blasters, then I think they're going to be a huge success. Alright, you guys have waited long enough. I do want to talk to you guys about this Alpha Trooper giveaway. The giveaway is going to be US only. I'm sorry to tell my international people, but it's just hard to get it out to you guys. But all you have to do is like this video, subscribe to this channel, and then leave a comment down below talking about why you want this blaster. And if you guys want some extra entries into this competition, just follow me on Instagram. That's +1 entry into the competition. It increases your chances of winning. Or you can also follow me on Twitter. That will also increase your chances of winning. And the links to my Instagram and Twitter are going to be down below in the description. So yeah, the Alpha Trooper is a really cool blaster. I think I have a really old review of it on my channel somewhere, but if you guys want this, those are the ways to enter. And yeah, that's gonna be all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm really excited to be back, and I think the Nerf Hyper line was one of the most perfect ways to come back, because my love of Nerf is just huge right now because of this line. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like, type a comment, and shoot that subscribe button, and I will see you guys later.